Hundreds of Ottawa students are getting ready to scale Mount Everest, at least virtually.
Elias Sakely is getting ready to leave for the Himalayas.
Elias Sakely is going to be climbing Mount Everest.
Today I'm joined by filmmaker adventurer Elias Sakely.
We've got 100+ schools signed up that are following this expedition to the top of the world. We have blogs, we have webisodes that we'll be producing from Mount Everest, and we've got this cool epic tracker where kids can see exactly where we are live. Like, this is taking learning to a whole new level.
Our flight to Kathmandu was delayed by approximately 5 hours. Airport security was wondering why we had all of our gear sprawled out across the airport floor. We told them that we had to blog, post pics, and update our Facebook and Twitter statuses for all of you back home. They seemed to think it was pretty cool. Of course, we tend to agree.
So we're at the airport. We've been in transit for 4 days. We're exhausted. We haven't slept at all. We've been laid over in all these different countries. And we're actually waiting for our teammate, Al, right now. So it's just Gary and I. It all begins here in Kathmandu.
Yeah, you made it.
How's your flight?
It's good. It was good. It was long.
It was pretty surreal looking out the window and watching the city pass me by. Kathmandu marks the beginning of the grandest of adventures.
We're finally here, Kathmandu Guest House.
This is like a ridiculous amount of gear. I have no idea how we're going to get this up the mountain.
The afternoon was spent meeting person after person and trying to make sure that everything is in place for our ascent of Mount Everest.
So one of the most important things to do before heading off to the Himalayas is obviously testing all your equipment. So right now, Al and Dow are sort of working out the radios, making sure there are no glitches, making sure the handset and the headsets all work, because basically when we get there, something goes wrong, there's very little that we can do.
These ones, we're not going to bring to base.
It was amazing to see Al in action today. Not only is he a doctor, he's also highly educated in radios, waypoints, technical climbing, search and rescue, and of course, medicine. Most importantly, I trust Al with my life. We also had the chance to meet up with my friend Ted Atkins.
Most people who come to grief on Everest come to grief because of oxygen failure.
Ted designed the top-out oxygen mask, a highly efficient and reliable system which most climbers use to reach the top of the world.
I had the choice of two things. I could either use the system that was available, which was awful, or I could invent something new. I chose to invent something new.
The most important piece of equipment that we have is our BGAN. It's basically internet in a box. This is what we'll be using to communicate back home to all of you. We also have a backup satellite phone in case something happens. Al and I will use it high in the mountain where the BGAN is just too heavy to carry. Despite all the last-minute preparations, I still found the time to take in the color of Kathmandu. The sights, the sounds, and the familiar aroma in the air brought back all kinds of memories from my 4 previous trips to Nepal. As usual, the poverty and visible disease is something that always tugs on my heart. This is a constant reminder of how lucky we truly are in Canada.
This is sort of a process that we'll go through, updating these blogs, sending you guys photos, putting these videos together, and just sharing all this all the way to the top of the world. I think it's bedtime for me, so good night.